You can now create ultra-realistic images with little to no restrictions directly in Twitter. Have a look at these crazy examples. Here's an image of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris smiling and riding a horse together. Here's another example of Will Smith eating spaghetti. Now, Grok is an LLM by X.ai, which is owned by Elon Musk, and this is their version of ChatGPT. But they are actually using Flux to generate images within Grok. And as you have seen in the examples that I showed you, they create ultra-realistic images with little to no restrictions. Now, whether this is going to be a good or a bad thing going forward is another story altogether. But I want you to be aware that you should not believe any images that anyone shares with you, as it could be generated with AI. And these AI image generation tools have become so powerful, it is almost impossible to differentiate an AI image and a real image. You can access Grok either from your desktop by just clicking on a Grok in your left menu, and it is also available on the mobile app. You will just have to click on the Grok logo. Now, as you'll see, the interface looks similar to ChatGPT or Claude. And if you look closely, right at the top, you can choose the model. Now, currently, I only have access to Grok 2 Mini. And as you can see below that, we can toggle on fun mode. Now, here are some examples of images that I created with Grok. So in this example, I just gave it a simple prompt of Mickey Mouse in a cinematic action scene next to Deadpool. And as you can see, the quality is really good. And in this one, I just stated Mickey Mouse as Superman in an action scene, and then I stated cinematic. Now, as you can see, I misspelled Mickey, but it's still understood. And here again, it gave me a really impressive image. In this one, I just asked it to create Tom and Jerry in an action scene of Batman. And what it actually did was, it actually made Tom Batman, but as you can see, we have Jerry here as well. In this example, I asked it to generate Mark Zuckerberg as a villain being caught by Deadpool in a cinematic action scene. And as you can see, this is what it gave me. And in this example, I created this image of a chocolate cake. Now, as you can see, this looks hyper realistic. But as you will notice, in this prompt, it is much more detailed. And for this, I used my own custom GPT that has been trained on Flux image generation prompts. So I simply asked it for a chocolate cake, and it gave me this detailed prompt in return. And then I added this into Grok, and that is how I got these results. And for this image, I asked it to generate a house on a snowy mountain. And here again, I used my custom GPT, and I got this prompt, and then I pasted this into Grok, and that is how I got this result. In this example, I asked it for a sunrise over Miami Beach, but as you will see in this example, I asked it to generate some text as well. And as you can see, it did it perfectly. And here again, I use my custom GPT to generate the prompt. So Flux does a really good job with text as well. Now, to use Grok within Twitter, you will have to have a paid subscription, which is $8 per month. But this also gives you a blue checkmark and some other perks as well. Now, if you compare that to Midjourney, which is $10 per month, or other AI image generation tools, this is actually pretty reasonably priced. There are other ways to use Flux for free. And if you want me to create a video on how to use Flux for free, let me know in the comments and I will create that video. Another advantage of Grok is it has been trained on Twitter data as well as some other web data. So it should have current data as well. But this is a bit hit and miss as well. As you can see in this example, I asked it who won the opening game of the new Premier League season. And that was yesterday. And it gave me the correct answer. And it gave me the sources of where it got the answer. And it says based on posts found on X and other web sources. so it did well there. But then I asked it who won the silver medal in the 100-meter relay Olympics. And as you can see, it says to provide an accurate answer, I would need to know which Olympic Games you're referring to, as the winners of the silver medal in the 100-meter relay have varied over the years. And as you can see, it referenced 2020 Tokyo Olympics, but it didn't mention the current Olympics, which just finished a week ago. One of the other things that I've been really impressed with Grok is it doesn't seem to have any usage restrictions. I've been using it for hours and it hasn't stopped or even notified me that I am reaching my chat limit. On the other hand, when I use Claude, even though I have the Pro version, I am heavily restricted with my usage. And I always run out of messages, and then I have to come back after a few hours to continue my chat. And this becomes really frustrating, especially if you are doing some serious work. So Grok is great, but for me personally, I see myself using it more for AI image generation. And maybe if I am looking for any Twitter data specifically. So let me know if you have used Grok and what are your thoughts. Like and share this video if you found it useful, and don't forget to follow or subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'll see you on the next video.